These are the video guided notes for Unit 6, Day 6, Multiplying Mixed Numbers. As I go through these video guided notes on your worksheets, this is page 4, you'll follow along. You have your pencils in your hands, and you are going to draw the diagrams along with me. So let's start by reading our scenario for Part A. It says, Miss Mola is buying pizza for some middle school classrooms. Each full classroom gets 3.5 pizzas. Draw a diagram to represent how many pizzas one classroom gets. Use the key on the left. So first I'll look at my key on the left, and I see that one full circle is equal to 1 pizza, 1 half circle is equal to a half pizza, and a quarter circle is equal to a quarter pizza. And based on what I see in the problem, I see that each classroom needs 3.5 pizzas. So I'll draw it out. 1 pizza, 2 pizzas, 3 pizzas, and then a half pizza represented by a half circle. All of this here is 3.5. So that's how much pizzas she needs for one classroom. Now let's look at Part B. It says, now draw a similar diagram to represent how many pizzas she would need to order for 4 classrooms. Then write a mathematical equation to represent your diagram. So here, to set up my diagram, I know that I need 1 classroom, 2 classrooms, 3 classrooms, and 4 classrooms. And each classroom needs 3.5 pizzas. So I'll start filling out these classrooms. 1, 2, 3.5, 2, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5. And so each of these represents 3.5 pizzas, and we have 4 full classrooms. And my mathematical equation is going to be 4 full classrooms times, and if each classroom has 3.5 pizzas, times 3.5. And to see what this equals, I can go back to my diagram and count the total number of pizzas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 whole pizzas, 2 halves here, that's 13 pizzas, and then another 2 halves here, that's 14 pizzas. So 4 times 3.5 is 14 pizzas. Now let's look at the last one, and it's going to get a little tricky. Let's read the problem together. A classroom is a half classroom if it only has half as many students. How many pizzas would Miss Mola need to order if she wanted enough pizza for 4.5 classrooms? Draw a diagram and write a mathematical equation. So I know that I'm going to need a diagram that's similar to what I did in Part B, except now instead of 4 classrooms, I have 4.5 classrooms. So to set up my diagram, I'll write out the number of classrooms that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half classroom. And then I'll start filling out the pizzas for each classroom. 1, 2, 3.5 for that first classroom. 1, 2, 3.5 for that second classroom. 1, 2, 3.5 for the third classroom. 1, 2, 3.5 for the fourth classroom. And now for this half classroom, since it only needs half as many pizzas, instead of drawing out a full pizza, it's going to be half a pizza, and then half a pizza. And then for this last part, it's going to be half of a half, which is a quarter. So a quarter pizza. Across each of these represents 3.5 pizzas. And so my mathematical equation is 4.5 classrooms times each classroom gets 3.5 pizzas. And this equals, now I'm going to start counting out how many pizzas I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 full pizzas right there. 2 halves here, that's 13. These 2 halves, 14. These 2 halves, 15. So altogether I have 15, and then I have another half pizza here. So I'll do plus 1/2, and then a quarter pizza here. So I'll do plus 1/4. That's all the pizza that I have. And now what I have to do is I have to add up these last 2 fractions. 1/2 plus 1/4 equals, I have to make these 2 fractions into a common denominator. 4 is going to be my common denominator, so I'll multiply this fraction up top by 2. So I'll change it to 2/4 plus 1/4, and that gives me 3/4. So then this becomes 15 3/4 pizzas. Once you finish this diagram and this problem, you can log out of your computer, put your materials away, and then turn to page 5 and answer the problems on page 5 with your partner.